Right, good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C, where we're going to do the big one. It's preparing the release of Cinera version 0.7.0, which we've been working on for like about a year now. Last release was 0.6.8 on the 7th of March last year. So yeah, I've been doing it for over a year. And basically the reason for the impetus here, the reason for the big push, is that it's going to be day 600 of Handmade Hero on Saturday, and I think it would be nice to actually get this version done in time for that day. Which kind of means that we're not going to do the thing that I was previously considering doing. I was previously considering doing art-based navigation, and basically what that would have been was like, I'll just show you navigation in general. Yeah, that one. So navigation here. Okay, so this is like text-based navigation. This is the drop-down thing. If you can imagine, these things are like all pieces of art. That is what I'm basically talking about in terms of art-based navigation. And the reason that I'm hesitant to do this, or the reason I think it's going to be a bit more work than just simply replacing these things with the actual art, if it has art, is that they have different dimensions, and yeah, I just don't know that I don't know that we want to actually represent it as a tree, or whether we want to represent it flat or whatever. It's just something we'd have to figure out, and it's kind of like a sort of, I don't know, it's just one of those things that is trial and error, and it's basically like seeing what you think and kind of implementing it and whatever. But anyway, this is what we're not doing. We're going to kind of push that into the next version. 0.7.1 will be the art-based navigation, unless this current preparation goes really quickly, basically. I mean, ideally, I'd like to be... today I'm going to do 2 sessions. I'm going to do a session until 8 o'clock actually, so let me just do a timer. So it's an hour and 34 minutes. I'll just wait until the top of the hour, top of the minute. So that should alert me at 8 o'clock, I think. An hour and 34, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully do a session until 8, go and get dinner, and then hopefully do another session after that. We'll have to see though, because I'm pretty tired already, honestly. But if this preparation goes quickly, and we're done, let's say by, well, if we're done today, then definitely we'd probably look into the art-based navigation tomorrow. If we're done by like the middle of tomorrow, we'll consider starting the art-based navigation. But anyway, that's for the future. Let's get the code up. A look at our notes. I've got a feeling that we haven't actually made a note of a particular thing I want to change. Yeah, that's years ago. So we've got new template tags, Cinera nav. Remember to do that, yeah. Okay, so one thing that I want to change is basically delete template tags, honestly. and that's just going to be the player menus, I think, and the player includes. Right, yeah, it's actually the Cinera player menus and script is what I want to actually get rid of. Basically, these guys are split across three things. The player is split across three things, and the reason for splitting it across, well, the reason for splitting it across two at least, is to permit having the menus bar either above or below the player, basically. So you could put in your template, put them in the order that you want, and then it just generates them in that order. And then the script as a separate thing. That's just because you need to actually put the script after both of those things. Now I could actually have chosen to basically put that into the Cinera includes and defer it. That's one way that I could do it. Could have done it. I didn't know about defer though at the time, so that's one way I could do it now. I don't think I'm going to do that though. I think I'm going to simply merge these two things into the Cinera player, and that's how it goes. But like, in effect, it means deleting those template tags. So yeah, there's that to do, and there's also have I made a note of the CSS things? Got a feeling that I haven't made a note of this. There's sprite stuff. Then what do we do? Edit it. The stuff with the including the edits just. Oh, it's this. This is the thing we need to do. Yeah. So yeah, wherever we see Cinera index project, change that to Cinera index. Wherever we see Cinera index entries, change that to Cinera index project. Project Cinera index entries. And then wherever we see Cinera index control.project, change to Cinera. Wait. Wherever we see Cinera index control.project, Cinera filter project.hovered. Add it to the one with Cinera index control.risky Cinera index sort :hover. Okay. I guess we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's the thing that we're talking about. Wasn't sure if I made a note of it. But let's start by removing that template tag. does that then go to? This is an if for that. Does that, and if this, or this. If zero end if, so I think it's just that, isn't it? Why is there so much of an end diffing? Like, what's this all about? If AFD, if zero, so what's that thing again? Current project mode, force integration. Not exactly sure what that's talking about. And what is AFD again? I mean, that's enabled. Okay, I think all that means is that we can just delete this and we're okay. Alright, here we go. So copy to buffer collection buffers. So we need to actually know how big to make it. This is claiming the menus at 32k and the buffer script player at 8k. Okay. So the first time this is used is here. I imagine. Here we are claiming buffers. So the menu buffers. Let's check where we are actually. Yeah, we haven't entered the loop. There's the collision buffers being rewound. Yeah, I think this is fine. Well, actually, it doesn't work like that, does it? Oh no, claim buffers also actually sets that, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't think we really handle. Oh, we do handle it. HTML cleanup. Okay. Let's just nick that actually. So we knew that we want 32 kilobits is the thing that we want. So the collision buffers script player, these are our dudes that we're getting rid of. Some menus and script. Oh shit. Script malloc. Yeah, I think that's reasonable to do. So we've got the collision buffers player. The menus, menu buffers. We might actually not need the menus actually. See what happens when we get there. Do you think we'll need this because this is a special thing? So we added menus and script player. Okay, so I think before we start writing into the collision buffers player, we want to be writing the menus. So we need to make sure the menus is done before we're writing the collision buffers player. And then this copy string here can just as well write it straight into the collision buffers player. Because it doesn't write anymore, and this is the end of the function. Now let's just sort this out. So I was writing that there. Where does this first get written to? And also, where does the menus get written to? Oh shit. Well, hold on a second. Oh, that's first getting written to there. So the play. Interesting. copy string to buffer. Basically, what we really want to do is to copy the menus to the start of the buffer, isn't it? Basically, because the player is going to be bigger, isn't it? How big is the player? The player is 256k. Well, the menu is on 32k. Well, hang on a minute. The link offset's pre-start. We've already set this. We've already set this value. Now, shouldn't that? Yeah, I think that's the most straightforward way of doing it. I think to copy the buffer to the start of the buffer. But is that in the most efficient way? Because what would the alternative be? I mean, the alternative would be to write the player into a separate buffer and then collate them both together, which sounds like a lot of work, isn't it? Because if you're going to go through and write to two separate buffers and then write those buffers into another buffer, if you're going to go through that trouble, you might as well have the two buffers that you're just writing up and then prepend the one buffer. Yeah, because what would it be? It'd be like take the size of the buffer that you want to put there, and then kind of going from the end, move everybody up that much. And then finally stuff that at the front. Okay. Let's do it a bit differently. So it used to be 256. I'm going to do another buffer, basically. Okay. Fine, so the first time this is written to is right here. So let's claim it. Overgame, I think. This is going to be 256, as the old one used to be. Okay, and then wherever we write the collision buffers, we instead write the actual write to the player directly. Well, write to this temporary player. And then finally we're going to do the script also. Although, now that I think about it, the script, we don't need the script because we're just saying we're going to write it directly, aren't we? It was 8k. Right, so let's just increase this by 8k. And also let's increase it by a further 32 to accommodate that thing. Alright. I think this is right. So writing all into player, and then at the end of this function, you just take the collation buffers and you copy these guys all in. I think that's right. I think the only thing I'm slightly unsure about, let's check this, copy buffer. Copy landmark buffer. So yeah, offset landmarks happens here. And offset landmarks only touches these things. It's only assets. So it's not talking about link offsets. That's happening here. Okay, so what's he actually passing? Again. When we call buffer.html, what's being passed from the player offset? it's the pre-start. I think they're all based off that, aren't they, actually? So wherever the pre-start is, the pre-end is offset from that, and the next start is offset from the pre-end, and the next end is offset from the next start. I think that's how I've decided to do that. So okay, to end this, the link offsets. I reckon where we do the copy buffer, copy landmarked buffer. Yeah. You see at the prevent, taking the points, taking the location of the current thing, and subtracting the pre-start. So it's an offset from the pre-start, right? Which is fine. We're always writing the link offsets into the same buffer. So I reckon the only thing that you need to do in the copy landmarked buffer is to make it additionally take that value and we just say we're copying from source to the dest. Oh, hold on a sec. I think, yeah, if the which way is it? Player offset in source or dest. So if it's in the source, it's not going to be offset. It's if it's in the dest, isn't it? Yeah. It's if it's in the dest. We need to add the sorry, wait, what? If it's in the dest, no. If it's in it's the source to destination. If it's in the source, we need to increment it by the dest pointer to big dest thingy. think that's right. And then basically well, we only need to use copy lemma buffer if the player offset is in the source, isn't it? Which frankly is only going to be the very final one. Now think about it. There's going to be one call that actually has the player offset in the source. Yeah, all right. So this is copying from the category icons. Alright, so we're miles away now. So our task here is to go back to where we were, to here, and wherever we're writing into the collision buffers, we instead use the player buffer. Okay, so we're copying that into there. We do set this, but we need to remember when we do the copy lemma buffer is to actually pass this value to that function that we just changed. There we go, offsetting that again. Okay. Why is that so far away? Oh, it's pre-start, I noticed that. It's this value. So you're seeing the data source, play offset own source, and page type. Alright, and then finally, if we want to declaim the menus. No, yeah, where do they actually? I mean, since we declaim them all in a row, it doesn't actually matter which order we do them in. So they're claimed then. And then here's us claiming the play and the menus. Oh, there's no index. Script, rather. Let's do the buffers all together. Oh, sorry. Oh no, that's right. That is right. The menu's in the player. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so copy landmark buffers. Menus to master. There's no such thing. Yeah. Now. Copy landmark buffer is the ticket, isn't it? This should have been broken, I think. Are we running? No. It's unfortunate. But yeah, I think this would have been broken. Because the player page, the player page. The player page will have had assets in it. Yeah, that's definitely broken. I think. I'm going to do it, but that's what I need to test. And then this thing here is what we've actually got past it. It's not there. And we don't need to check because this guy will just do the thing, I think. Is that right? If we need player offset, player offset plus equals the master dot that's suggesting that you can have multiple players, isn't it, basically? If you've got multiple players. Well, no, because you're only operating on one thing, aren't you? Yeah, you're only operating one thing. Like, you go through the whole procedure on the understanding that you're only operating on the one thing. So I don't think there's any need to actually have that boolean. So what we've got here, we've got a lot of buffers, we've got a lot of testing. Oh, this is the non-templated version, isn't it? So the includes player will not contain that value. The menus, there's no such thing. So, I mean, I can fix it, but that should fail, shouldn't it? Yeah. I'm just still not sure why they're not offsetting the landmarks, the offset landmarks. No such thing as good play. I don't think. Wait a minute. What's that doing? That's going to close that div, and then it's going to write the script player. Which sort of suggests that the script player needed to have more stuff in it. Is that right? Well, let's just take a look at one of the examples. So clearly the indentation is broken, but we can live with that. Yeah, so then that div should be back here. Is that right? Or is that a superfluous div actually? That would be closed by this. We got HTML there. Wait, what is that talking about? I mean, we should be able to do this correctly, shouldn't we? Oh, that's not indented, right? So that would need to be further in. That's probably it, actually. So what's that from? That's in the Cinera player. Menus. Yeah, the menus. See, let's just try and marry these guys up. Okay, so we write that. Then a new line, then the indentation. Then we do the player out. And then we do the closing div. Bearing in mind the player is supposed to contain the script. So I think all that's going on here is we just simply don't need to write out this. It's this bit, isn't it? Finally, this stuff will come through. We don't hit else. We come through. We've done the new line. We've done all the spacing, and then we've got a new line, and then a spacing and body. Is it possible that all you do is you don't actually new line this? Could that be right? let's just, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, this did need to happen. Because we need, yeah, sorry. That's going to happen because we need to close this. Yeah, so this thing here that got written into the player automatically. That should suffice. Okay. I mean, that would be probably to do with that linking, wouldn't it? So like, if we just don't do the lamart buffer, just a bit stumped as to why we shouldn't be offsetting the asset landmarks. So when we copy into the master buffer. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if we were to make a modification to something. My medium icon lights. Let's just take that out of the mix for just a second. Oh. Oh, okay, so that's... Yeah, something's not right. So what have we done? All we've done is try and remove those buffers. We've claimed enough space, surely. If the player's in the source, So yeah, we haven't touched the players, the collision buffers player. I suppose an initial step. Let's just undo this stuff that I've done so far. The first step you could actually do is just remove the template tags, and then when you actually get the player tag, you just copy all the things in. Right, so that's the only difference that it would be. So yeah, all I'm doing is removing the menus in the script. Yeah, again, this is just only for the templating. So we've got the same collation buffers. Like, everything about this is exactly the same. So the difference that, like, we managed to trigger a failure by doing this, haven't we? So if I add it back in now, main.css has got no landmarks. Doesn't that strike you as a bit broken? Oh, this template's now invalid, isn't it? Well, what? There's your Cinera CSS main. Cinera includes Cinera project plate, Cinera project, Cinera notes, Cinera search. So risky. Should have used that template. Oh. Fuck. Yeah, sorry. This is what I need to. Yeah, I guess I should have actually had that search, shouldn't I, on the template thing. So let's do that. If I just put that back. Who cares? We should fail this search, shouldn't we? Yeah. Alright, so this looks kind of okay again. You can see that, yeah, in this version, the whole thing is correct, isn't it? That the well, it's not the player, is it? And this isn't right. The other thing that I'm bamboozled about is the unnecessity when we actually copy the player page into the player buffer into the master buffer, why we don't have to actually offset things, because we've got this thing here is an asset landmark. Like if I were to fiddle with the filter image, so let's just save that off. So this is the actual image, and also let's just do it in such a way that I actually preserve all the information. I think it's is it that? There's loads of things you can pass to rsync to make it preserve things. Times. So that's relative pass, we didn't really care about that. Skip messenger, we don't, yeah, it's not that. I think S means summary, doesn't it? Protect args, no space splitting. Okay. Well, H definitely means human readable, doesn't it? Yeah. Ah, archive. Yeah. Right. That's what I'll do. I think AUVH is what I like to do. I think that's what I tend to like. Oh, sorry, H is hard links. So AUVH for human readable. So that will mean archive update verbose and human readable. Right. Finally. So now, if I open up the Cinera icon filter in GIMP, so this thing is running. If I just make a little change to this, and export it, like I would expect Oh, there's no filter on this particular file. Right, this one's got one. Right, here. Pretty sure that we are generating risky. So yeah, when I resave this is like line 112. It's currently saying 3D8081. I would expect this to be wrong, and this won't change, and we'll just find that the new checksum has been inserted somewhere. So we've got a new checksum. We're looking for line 112. It's currently 3D80. 112. Right. But we've managed to get it correct. Oh, with this one I can actually just move it, actually. I think. So yeah, now that that's missing, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so that's saying that you don't need to do that. Picked up the updated checksum. So my time is almost up, 12 minutes. I might just check. Just try and get a handle on why that is. Oh, well, the collection buffer's menus. Sorry. Yeah, that one does get copied. The oh, that's sorry. Yeah, so that would actually ought to be accounted for. The player buffer. Now, right. So the things that the player buffer would have, though. We can see this. If we go to, well, the most recent numbered hero, actually I think has got an example. Yeah. So here's all the player dudes. This is still the player buffer. If I just go into this file, it doesn't matter if we change this because this is all just test stuff anyway. So So this was generated without offsetting the landmarks. Lockdown portrait. Yeah, I did some test sprites for the thing. That's my new Twitter thing. So my medium icon light, if I just get this open and I make a change to this file, doesn't matter where, it could be anywhere. Let's just make a change to the background of this. My medium icon light. Oh, yeah. So are we still running? We are still running. Right, if I just somehow export this to PNG. It's made a change. So we've got these. I would expect this file to be garbage. No. Well, it's lost them. That's garbage. Right, perfect. This is what I would have expected. Although I'm not exactly sure why it's broken up here. Well, it's broken up here because 554A, that's been added up here and here. So there we go, yeah, 554A 1074, so that's been inserted there. Yeah, so that asset landmark simply has not been updated correctly, and that's thrown that off, and it's also probably thrown off the things down here. Well, I mean, you can see that the checksum hasn't been updated. Yeah. So we're probably going to see that happening quite a lot, actually. This 541A 74 thing. We see, it's still going. So there's a medium icon light getting popped in there as it happens. Yeah, we're not getting as many as I thought we would. You know, considering the sheer number of them. But yeah, if I now just change this to be copy landmark buffer, and what was the other thing it needed? Well, it just needed 3 things. Yeah, if I just change that to be that. Oh, BID null. So this is the master. Yeah, we need to set that, don't we? Did we do it on the template but not? Oh, we do it here. We do set the BID master. Yeah, we do set it here. BID master. So the copy buffer size BID null call on line this. Copy buffer sized. DB file buffer, so it's a file buffer, okay. Can't contain the search entry. I mean, the thing is, whichever way you look at it, this is clearly not right. Copying the buffer without fixing up the landmarks. Oh, yeah, I guess we use copy limit buffer up here. We didn't use it. Down in the other one. So this is the non-templated version, which we're actually going to get rid of, ideally. And this is the templated version. Oh, don't think I removed this. Oh, well, sorry. Oh, was that the only problem? I think that was the only problem. I think that was. I'd removed one bit of it, but not both bits of it. Time for dinner, I reckon. Shouldn't Interbot have pinged me by now? Oh, he's not here. Interbot isn't here. When did he leave? Such a skiver. So there's our update in the checksum. Still broken. 99 ED. Let's do it again. So we've just exported that. Okay, first generation. Hang on, did I actually build this? It's possible I didn't build it. Okay, so that looks fine. Now we want to simply modify this, export it. That's got updated. Yeah, and it screwed it up. So it obviously doesn't know where to do it from. You know, you can see it should be 9F9. It's 99. So yeah, all of these are just not. All of them haven't been updated. So there's something terribly wrong about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get my dinner and then come back at about 9ish and investigate what's going on here. Yeah, like all I'm trying to do again is, well, all I've done is to remove those template tags. Like, just go back to the very beginning. Okay, so that's where I was. Let's just see if it's broken. If it was broken before, or if we've just introduced that breakage. I don't think it was broken before. Oh, it was. Alright, cool. So we need to fix that. I think it's only broken on the player page, I think. I mean, yeah, this ain't going to show it because it's broken now. Alright, so yeah, we can resume redo those, and then we just come back and investigate what's going on here. So thanks very much, Here's and Harry's for being here, for being beautiful, for being fantastic, and for being prepared. Part 1. Until 9 o'clock. Farewell for now.